Welcome to another episode of our inspiring business stories. In this video, we will look into the story of Tony Tan Caktiong, how he started Jollibee, and how was he able to make it the fastest growing Asian food chain in the Philippines. Jollibee is a multinational fast food chain that offers variety of dishes, namely the famous Chickenjoy, spaghetti, burgers, fries, burger steak, and many more. Jollibee by far is the most dominant fast food chain in the Philippines, owned by a Filipino businessman named Tony Tan Caktiong. Join us in this story. Founder's life story. Tony Tan Caktiong came from underprivileged family from southeastern China. He was born third out of seven siblings. His family then migrated to the Philippines to find better opportunities in living. When he was young, he was already involved in restaurant business when his father opened a restaurant. The restaurant was a success through their family's teamwork and hard work. The success of their business enabled Tony to pursue a degree in chemical engineering at the University of Santo Tomas in Manila. Jollibee, an unexpected achievement. In 1975, using his family savings for about 350,000 pesos, they opened two small Magnolia ice cream parlors in Cubao, Quezon City, and one in Quiapo. He was inspired by a trip to an ice cream plant, thus the decision to franchise Magnolia's ice cream parlor. The franchise then became successful. Later on, people started to ask for hot and fresh meals, not only ice cream. Because of that, they then decided to sell hot meals like burgers and sandwiches. The food they sold then became more popular and then the ice cream franchise. Then, after 3 years, they canceled the Magnolia ice cream franchise and converted the ice cream parlors into fast food restaurants. When the hot meals, such as sandwiches and burgers, started to outsell their ice creams. He then capitalized to this development and converted the ice cream parlors into a restaurant, which they initially named Jollibee. In 1978, when their consultant Manuel Lumba saw potential from the fast food restaurant, he then started to come up with ideas to improve it. He, together with Tony Caktiong and his family, planned carefully the improvement of the restaurant. They decided to use a small red bee as a logo because of its association to hard work and because honey represents the sweet things in life. Then the name Jollibee soon changed into Jollibee, derivative from jolly and bee, intending to promote happiness and enjoyment in their restaurants. They invested millions to secure the trademark. It was too much hard work and risk, but Caktiong, along with his associates, were always up for the challenge. More than the change of name and face, they also invested into advertising the restaurant. They purchased an ad space in a PBA game, which was considered a gamble for their little hamburger restaurant. But the risk in advertisements led them to a wider audience. In 1978, their Yum Burger became a flagship product. Then a year later, their famous spaghetti was introduced, and after that, the famous and beloved fried chicken, which we gladly call Chickenjoy. For the next decades, Jollibee was a success and it continued to dominate. They then launched more products such as palabok, ice cream twirl, peach mango pie, and many more food variety was offered. In 1979, Jollibee's first ever franchise store was opened in Ronquillo, Santa Cruz, Manila. With this improvement, or JFC, was incorporated. By 1987, Jollibee was a global brand with its very first overseas outlet in Brunei. Over the years, Jollibee has gained fame and recognition in and outside the Philippines. As of May 2019, Jollibee operates over 1,300 stores, 1,150 of which are in the Philippines, and 234 are in foreign markets. Aside from the famous bee, other mascots were also introduced, and also some already said goodbye. Additional choices were also added to their menu. Jollibee Foods Corporation now owns the fast food brand Jollibee. It is headed and managed by Caktiong along with other associates. The company acquired 80% of Greenwich Pizza in 1994. Greenwich then established a strong presence in the food service industry. Later in 2006, JFC bought out the remaining shares of its partners in Greenwich Pizza Corporation, equivalent to a 20% stake, for 384 million pesos in cash. In 2000, the company acquired Chowking, a Chinese fast food restaurant, thus making Jollibee a part of the Asian quick service restaurant segment. In 2005, Jollibee acquired Red Ribbon, a bake shop business in the Philippines. In 2010, JFC also acquired 70% shares of Mang Inasal, a Filipino food chain specializing in barbecued chicken, for 3 billion pesos. JFC's subsidiary Fresh and Famous Foods Incorporation manages the Greenwich and Chowking brands. The Red Ribbon brand is under Red Ribbon Bake Shop Incorporated, which in turn is managed by a holding company of the JFC, RRB Holdings Incorporated. The firm has also stakes in Burger King's outlets in the Philippines through Perf Restaurants Incorporated, which is 54% owned by JFC as of 2012. Jollibee Foods Corporation has stakes in restaurant chains based or originating outside the Philippines, such as in mainland China, Taiwan, and United States, as well as the holder of the master franchise of Burger King in the Philippines. Caktiong's JFC has expanded far and wide over the years. Jollibee is an unexpected achievement for Tony Caktiong. From franchising an ice cream parlor to owning one of the largest firms in the country, it was not the original plan, but his vision of the possible future surpassed the doubts that business people may encounter. Through his story, we are inspired to take courage and be attentive to change when life runs on some detour. Tan Caktiong, in a 2010 interview, said, "From a rather crude, strange-looking bee that no bank dared to touch back in 1978, Jollibee and his cheeky smile today have become synonymous with a truly Filipino success story that is now a source of patriotic pride." It is estimated that the Jollibee brand is now worth several billion pesos. And if you were asking, one Jollibee franchise costs from 30 to 55 million pesos, $450,000 to $800,000. Have you been to one of their stores? Tell us your favorite meal from the menu in the comments section. Here, in Business Narrated, we believe that success is worth sharing. Help us grow through subscribing to our channel and through liking and sharing this video. Thank you until the next business.